At least it wasn't like Marilyn Monroe.
Okay, good afternoon. This is Lorain County Board of Commissioners. A hearing on the 6117 improvements for Mason Lateral Ditch. Shall we start our meeting with the pledge to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm gonna get you all guys to say it right yet.
What's he doing?
There's no pause between under God.
Okay. If it bothers you, I'm gonna keep doing it then.
Commissioner Riddell.
Here.
Commissioner Moore.
Here.
Commissioner Gallagher. So today is a hearing on the drainage district for Mason Lateral Number 1 and Mason Main project in LaGrange Township in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 6117. Notice was given on August 18th from Lorain County Stormwater Management District. Mason Lateral 1 and Mason Main project is a restoration of Mason Lateral 1, including removal of excess sediment, restoration of slide slopes, clearing of trees and other shrub along maintenance easement, and reestablishment of a flow line from culvert at Webster Road approximately 545 feet north and terminating in Balmert property. The Balmerts will restore their portion of the ditch that runs through 2 parcels up to the right-of-way of Whitehead Road. The project then continues along the ditch approximately 640 linear feet to its confluence with the Mason Main ditch. 344 linear foot Mason Main will be restored from west of Whitehead Road to the culvert under the cart path of the golf course. All culverts are cleaned out as necessary. Additional work along Mason Main on the Deschamps property from the culvert under Whitehead Road heading east approximately 2,690 feet of ditch restoration and cleaning of scrub. Location of said project located in LaGrange Township beginning approximately 345 linear west of Whitehead right-of-way at the culvert and running east along Mason Main ditch to the culvert under Whitehead Road approximately 304 linear feet from the confluence of Mason Lateral Number 1 and Mason Main, and heading generally south, then east, a distance of approximately 640 linear feet to another culvert under Whitehead Road. Project then restarts at the, sorry if I say this name wrong, Zifchek property, at the property with Balmert, and then heading along ditch to Webster Road and making sure the culverts are all clear on all the roads and the cart path both ends. The Balmart property will be self-performed by the owner. LaGrange Township will clean approximately 2,690 feet of Mason Main from the culvert at Whitehead Road and heading generally east. Resolution 25-579 adopted August 26 accepted the recommendation of the Stormwater District and fixed today as the date of the hearing. September 2nd, 6 certified letters were sent to the owners. September 10th and 17th was published in the Chronicle Telegram. September 25th, engineer indicated that the proposed facilities will have no significant adverse effect on the roads, culverts, bridges, or existing maintenance within the county per review in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 6117.01E. Proposed facilities will consist of cleaning and improving the ditch that runs from Webster Road, at which is Township Road number T71, about 4/10 mile northwest of Fairway Drive, private, which is located downstream of Whitehead Road, County Road C48. The proposed facilities are needed to restore the adequate drainage outlet from culvert 04.23 under Webster Road and culverts 02.33 and 02.39 under Whitehead Road.
There's a lot.
Anybody that wishes to speak, please rise and be sworn in by Kathy if you're going to be giving testimony.
I do.
The engineer's office, would you like
I
to?
think much of the content of the engineer's letter dated September 25th has already been read off, so I'll spare you that, and I'll summarize it by saying this project will be good for the roads and culverts. Any questions for me?
Oh.
I'll sit.
Does Don, Stormwater, it's your turn. You have comments to share?
Yeah. Thank you, Board. This is one of the projects that we had started several years ago with help from the County Prosecutor's Office and the cooperation of the Balmert family. We were able to draft an agreement where they're going to self-perform the work going through their property. And I did talk to Mr. Balmert today. So after I go through this project real quick, I'll summarize a couple of comments we had talked about, but they were all very supportive of the project. Okay. So what you have before you today is a little unique in that we've put two projects together. One of them we originally began working on in 2021 with notification from Penfield Township that they were having flooding issues along the south side of Webster Road, and that the solution was in LaGrange Township by cleaning out a ditch there to relieve the buildup of water. Later on, the LaGrange Township had identified an additional need along Webster Road that could be addressed by cleaning out what ended up being Mason, Maine. So two projects started at different points in time. We were able to bring them together so that we can coordinate it all at one, which caused Teresa some pain in reading long, drawn-out descriptions. The district will be funding both of the projects. We'll be removing, again, sediment primarily and opening it up. We've already treated the ditch with for reeds and whatnot and killed them so that when we get a contractor out there to scoop out the sediment and they grab the rootstock, wherever they put it, those reeds aren't coming back. So we'll have taken care of that. And again, the property owner, Terrence Balmert, will self-perform 614 lineal feet of the property, or the ditch that goes on his property. The reason that he is doing this is that he has highly landscaped his ditch and had a lot of ornamental trees that we could not rightfully figure out a way to create a bid spec that would be cost effective using public dollars to be able to clean out his ditch. He does work for Fabrizi. He has the capability, both himself or access to friends and family who can assist him in cleaning out the project, and we'll be working closely with him and coordinating it so he doesn't get out ahead of us and we're not out ahead of him. And again, I had spoken to him very recently. He also did indicate that if, for whatever reason, when we're cleaning out the culvert under Whitehead Road, he would be willing to work with the county and its contractor for a temporary easement. His major concern, again, is protecting his property, his landscaping, and there's a large oak tree near the right-of-way where the ditch then goes into the culvert. And so that was something he wanted me to put on the record, that he supports the project, he's willing to work with us, but it's protecting his property and especially the landscaping that he's invested a lot of time and effort in. And he's willing to do the work to protect it himself and save us, the public, the cost as well. So I do want to thank him for all of that. The second project is actually going to be self-performed by LaGrange Township, and we do have Kyle Osborne here. Or I should say, if they end up not self-performing it, they will cause the work to be performed if they determine that it's more cost-effective for them to bid out their work. But LaGrange Township will take the lead on that. Kyle did get the easement from the property owner. Their project was a little bit simpler in that they only needed one, but he did get it, and I'm grateful for that. That's approximately 2,700 lineal feet and is also an outlet for additional road drainage along Webster Road further east of where Mason Lateral 1 goes. We might be back in the future for additional projects if this doesn't quite work out the way we hope. We think when they dip out Mason, Maine, there are two tiles that have been identified that empty into that ditch that we believe are just buried, and when we open them up, that they'll begin to flow again. And so long as those tiles are in good shape, we should be good for several years at least. And they have worked with the county engineer on this as well. So The financials, again, this will be borne by the district. None of the property owners will have to contribute anything towards the construction
Don,
or.
advance your screens.
Oh, I'm sorry. Probably, second. Okay. So, Mason Lateral is estimated at $134,862, and that is for everything, including bonds and whatnot that a contractor would need. Comes out to just under $90 a lineal foot, which is actually a little bit low when we've looked at a couple of these others. So, but I will warn you, the next number will be much lower. None of the ditch is under contract for maintenance with USDA or Ohio Department of Ag or NRCS. And again, as I said earlier, we started working on this in 2021. This was one of the original ARPA projects we were talking about, that we had identified 34 projects, so we're finally getting that one done. The next is on the main. This is a community grant funded project, so out of stormwater funds. The township had applied for $12,000 to get the project done. The Stormwater Advisory County recommended to the board to at least put another $10,000 aside for them. So there's $22,000 available for this project for the township. The work will be done by the township. None of this ditch is also, even though it's all through farm field on this one, none of it is going through USDA, Ohio Department of Ag, or NRCS, which is Natural Resource Conservation Service. So it should not create any problems on the permanent maintenance. And that project is, the plans were drawn up by KEM, but reviewed by the county engineer, with the township playing the lead on that. Any questions before I go to next steps? Yes.
So the LaGrange Township is going to perform the work, and we're going to pay them to do it?
Correct.
Okay. Are they not don't they have their own stormwater district?
I'm sorry, this is LaGrange Township and not the village.
Okay.
So they do, we are it.
Okay. Just trying to make sure, because there's been several projects here from LaGrange.
Correct.
And I knew that the village had
Yes.
its own district.
Correct. Thank you. Okay, so next steps. So today, board approves the project. We'd be adding these ditches to the general plan of drainage. We'll have a 5-day waiting period to allow for any objections. We would then, after that, so sometime early next week, we would go and advertise for bids on the lateral only. And then after getting the bids in, award a contract, construct the project, maintain the project, and all that being borne by the Stormwater District.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions from the board?
So this looks like it'll be done this fall. Is
Uh,
it 30 days for the bids, or?
Yeah, so we would be looking at probably an award in sometime in November, and they could actually begin this work late November is Thanksgiving, so probably December. And it might go into the new year, but we should be able to start this year,
Okay.
depending upon contractors' work schedule.
Good. Thank you, Don.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Don.
Do we have any township trustee in the audience that would like to speak to this? Please take the podium.
Yeah, Penfield Township trustee, and I initiated the lateral project, like Don said, 2 to 3 years ago, because all of our water backs up and it drains into LaGrange, and for that reason, we started working on this project, and then meanwhile, LaGrange identified the Mason, and we put the two together. And this will be a huge help for us. And getting back to the tile he talked about farther down, they drain our township as well. I mean, we're in a flat area, our township right in that corner, and it all drains into LaGrange. So I've really been the cheerleader for this project for a long time. That's all I have.
Can you also state your name? We have to have it on record.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Richard Conrad, Penfield Township trustee.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have any members of the public that would like to speak?
My name's Tom Zifchek, and I live at on Webster Road. And it would be where the culvert goes from Cannon's house in Penfield under, and it would probably be the first location of Dagan or the last, whichever way they decide to go. And my big concerns are, in that ditch, I have some trees. I've cleaned out around some of them. They are up on the bank, and I'm worried about them taking out my trees. Now, I understand they have to remove some of them. There's probably 5 or 6, anywhere from 4-inch to, I think the biggest is only 8-inch, and they're up on the bank. And they're spaced out enough that they should be able to get a bucket in there with no problem. I have 3 of them together. The one I know might have to come out. So that's one of my big concerns. And the other one is the guy behind me, Terry, is cleaning out his own ditch. They mentioned his last name. And as of now, he's cleaning it out a little bit, and it looks pretty good. My big concern is after he cleans it out, and they clean mine out, that there's no way I want to be lower than him. You know, if he doesn't clean it out right, what's the downfall? Because if he cleans his out, and then they come and clean mine out, and I'm a foot lower than him, I'm going to have a big problem. I don't want my yard flooding. I don't flood right now. I signed the waiver because I'd like to see things change for other people. But I don't want it all to fall back on me, and Penfield gets rid of their water, and Terry doesn't clean his ditch out good enough, and I get all the water. That's not going to work. That's my biggest concern.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering, when you got professionals working with a private owner, how do you know you're not going to end up, not
Because the
digging out
township
more?
cleaned it out years ago,
Yeah,
and because of the trees, they didn't want to get back in that one section.
okay.
And they scooped out the front. I've been there 31 years. It's been cleaned once by the township, only half of it. And when they scooped it out, I ran into a problem until the suet filled back up where it was high enough that it could get out of there. The suet actually had to fill back in there for me to get rid of water.
Todd?
Well, to address some of the concerns, one, that was why the district worked with the prosecutor's office to develop an agreement to coordinate and get into writing so there's no misunderstanding, and coordinate with the Balmerts to make sure we time this correctly so neither of us get in front of each other. 2, we are providing him with a copy of the plan so that he'll be working from the same documents as the contractor. And then 3, we will be providing assistance as far as surveying, checking, just to make sure that the elevations are correct as we go, so that we can make sure that this does not become an issue that Mr. Zifchek rightly fears, is that if it's not done correctly, he could become a holding pond. So,
And what kind of trees are we looking at?
I've walked with Mr. Zifchek as Alex Holt from KEM. We've identified a number of trees to save. There are certain trees that we've identified that we need to remove as well, and we'll follow back up with Mr. Zifchek just to make sure that we have it correct and that that we can save what he thinks. But we have met a couple of times. There's a couple of.
I've been cleaning out around them, and I'm going to tag them. And they're spaced out enough. Most of them are at least 8-10 foot apart.
Yeah.
They're like this, and they're up on the bank. Yeah. I do have one that I would like to save that might cause a little problem, and if that's the case, I'm not going to argue about a tree or two. But I just don't want them coming in and stripping that whole area clean.
Don, you can coordinate that and make sure that he's okay with it, everybody's on board?
Absolutely. So we already show in the plan certain trees already to be saved, so as we've had these meetings, we record them into the plan.
Sounds like a good plan.
And for the record, sometimes that's not possible because the trees are actually in the ditch and they are the obstruction.
Oh, I understand
yeah.
that.
So-
These are all at the
top.
top of bank. Normally, there's two places where we can try and save a tree that's right at the edge, top of bank, so long as it's healthy and on top of bank and not in the ditch. The other place is on the edge of the easement. Those are places easy to work around when it's smack dab in the middle of an easement. It gets interesting to try and figure out how you'd get your equipment around. You either need to expand the easement or that tree has to go.
Okay, and to summarize it, we'll have a private contractor who's the winning bidder, and we'll have the private homeowner doing the work, but they're both gonna work towards the same set of drawings and the
Correct.
same set of elevations.
Correct. In fact, I'll be dropping these plans off that were recently finalized before we go out with the bid docs.
Who performs that inspection during the construction phase?
I believe in this one, it'll be KEM.
Okay,
Yeah, but the county engineer's been known to stop by and
Okay.
check things out from time to time.
all right. Any other questions? I hope that addresses your concerns, and what I did was get out on the record for you who's responsible for what. So,
Okay.
if everybody does their job, we should have a very successful
My
project.
big concern is if it comes back that he is too high and refuses to go from that point.
I think you could communicate that with Don. I mean, that would be a worst-case scenario.
Right, yeah, I
But it-
understand.
it-
He's
We're
back
talking with
there
him.
working now. It looks like he's doing a pretty good job. He's
Good.
Yeah.
been working on it a little bit here and there.
Let's
so.
have a little trust in Don and the prosecutor's office that they've executed an agreement that they can enforce.
Okay.
We want to save every tree you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we're gonna make sure it's
They're
saying
not,
trust
there's
in
not a
Don.
lot. There's not a lot.
In Don we trust.
And Don, I would like to talk to you for a couple minutes when it's okay.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Are there any other owners that would like to speak? And thank you for being here today.
Welcome.
At this point, we take a motion to close the hearing portion of today.
I'll second that motion.
Discussion. Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher.
Aye.
Having closed the hearing is the official part of the meeting. Do you want to read the motion, or should I?
I can read it, and you can
Well, you're
motion in
good at it.
second. Okay. Adopt the Lorain County Stormwater Management Drainage District for Mason Lateral Number 1 and Mason Main Project in LaGrange Township, Lorain County. It is necessary to construct it in accordance with the general plan and declare that Mason Lateral 1 and Mason Main Project is necessary for the preservation and promotion of the public health and welfare, and that special assessments will not be levied and collected to pay for any part of the cost of the Mason Lateral 1 and Mason Main Project in LaGrange Township.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Move to adjourn.
Nothing further. The meeting is adjourned.
A second, don't we? These are public
second.
hearing.
Yeah.
At least I said it.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
We're adjourned.
There we go.
Thanks, Kyle. It's good to see you again.
Here.